Okay, hi everybody. It is June. I don't know the date. Oh, I do know the date. It's June 9th. I decided to record just a really quick episode. I'm actually meeting a girlfriend, one of my dear friends, at Thomas Hammer for coffee in like half an hour. So I thought I would bust out a super fast podcast to you because it's been a couple weeks and I do have some things to show you. Obviously I'm wearing my Nordiska again. You guys saw this, I want to say the last episode. So I'm not gonna talk about it again. Anyways, hello, my name is Sarah Stevens and I am the owner and dyer behind Graceland Wool, which is just a small indie yarn company here in Spokane, Washington. Which is where I live, and I do have a 9-to-5 job and it's on top of it, and I raise my family. I have 3 wonderful kids and a husband and 3 furry animals, a cat, 1 dog and 2 cats. One who's joining me outside right now. That's Sam. Anyways, I feel like this podcast is going to be a little bit scattered because I am trying to rush, but we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into things, talk to you just a little bit about what I've been working on, what I've been doing, things like that. So this is a mug. This is one of my favorite mugs. I got this at it was actually a local, like, Sam. Hi, Sam. You are not making things go very fast. You're being recorded right now. Sit down. Sit down. No one wants kitty butts. Sit down. Oh my gosh. Guys. That is so distracting. I'm so sorry. He kind of does his own thing, and I have this up on the table, and so he's like, what the heck is going on? Anyways, okay, so I got this mug at like a farmer's market a few years ago, or craft fair maybe. It is my all-time favorite mug. Does have the initials of the gentleman who made it on the bottom. I love it. It's my favorite. It has like the perfect handle. I don't know. This is my all-time favorite. So I'm just drinking some drip coffee in here to just kind of like get my day going. Anyways, like I said, I am wearing the Nordiska by Caitlin Hunter of Boyland Knitworks. Still one of my favorite knits so far. Excuse me. I knit this, the main body out of Graceland Wool yarn in the Great Wizard colorway, and then just a plain black from, can't remember, and then the green is like a silk from a silk single from Tuscan Knits. I love it. So I wear this all the time. I'm really into, like everybody else, the cropped sweaters that are happening right now. So it just makes them so much more wearable in the summer. I cropped my Sunset Highway a couple summers ago before cropping them was big, I guess. And I loved that so much. That it made me start wanting to crop things, and then when people started coming out with patterns, it just made it even better, of these amazing cropped sweaters. So I should bring out my Sunset Highway because it is summertime and I haven't worn it since last summer. I don't tend to wear like longer sleeve shirts or anything underneath them. I am a little bit of a colder person just by nature, I guess, and so even right now it's like 70 degrees outside, but there's a breeze, and so it's chilly if I didn't have this on. Anyways, tangent. Let's talk about what I'm working on right now. I do have, sorry, Sam decided to jump down, so shook the camera. I do have one acquisition that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my plans, at least for this summer. I haven't bought yarn in a really long time, and so that is what makes this even more special. But anyways, let's talk about my finished object that I still need to weave in ends for. There are like a million ends. I have 2 finished objects and I have 2 whips to show you right now. But I finished my Soldotna. Look at all the ends. I'm in love with this. I really did want to have all the ends woven in because we're going to a barbecue today at 1 o'clock after I meet with my friend for a coffee, and I really wanted to wear this. I thought this would be such a cute birthday sweater, like to wear to her party. But I'm not gonna get the ends woven in time. When I go meet with my girlfriend, I am bringing this with me, and I do plan on weaving in the ends because truthfully, weaving in ends is so much funner when you are with somebody. I don't know, I don't like to do it by myself. It's just so boring. It's not even like you can watch a show and do it. So, because you have to concentrate. Anyways, kind of. So, here we go. Such a pretty top. I want to make another one. Like everything I see in my stash now, I'm like, oh, that's a Soldotna. Oh, that's a Soldotna. It's perfect. I used completely stash yarn for this. If you don't already know, this is the Soldotna Crop by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks. She is the most amazing designer here in the Pacific Northwest, and I have had the opportunity to meet her once, and she's just the most amazing person. She has the kindest soul ever. I really enjoyed her company. We sat and chatted. She popped in really quick. Anyways, it was at a Vogue Knitting Live like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Perfect. I loved her company so much. So, okay. You want to know what I used though. Okay, this dark color up here, this was, well crap, I'll come back to that. Tuscan Dreams, there we are. Holy criminy, there was that. Then there was this purpley color, like periwinkle, and that is Sugar Plum. This glitter color that is mostly the main body down here, and I mean it is up through here, but it's like this beautiful dusty, it's on my glitter base. That is #uni, when unicorns were really big, and for my daughter, she loved them, so it was just the perfect colorway. And then there is this white speckly color that is used through the top and also in the bottom, and that is from Sarah Craft Yarn. And it is, I want to say it's like Celebrate or something having to do with birthday parties and cake, and it just seemed like the most perfect color to add, and I love it so much. So here we are. Okay, so hopefully I can get that at least done. I would love to wear that a few times at least. We are going to we are going to go camping for a week. We rented a cabin, so more like glamping, I guess, and we're gonna do that for a full 7 days and then 2 half days, and it's gonna be so much fun. I still have to work, but it's far enough within driving distance that I'm just gonna go to work during the day and then come back, and so I'll get the evenings and of course the weekend to do that. And then, like I've said before, my husband works nights, and so he is just going to probably sleep on the days that he works home and stay with our pets, and then when I and then come out for the daytime, and then my dad is staying there the whole entire time, so it's not like the kids are going to be all alone, but somebody has to be with our pets because they don't allow pets. So that is kind of how we're going to do it. Is on my way in, I'm going to hang out with the pets for a little bit. I'm just going to come a little bit early, give up my working out schedule in the morning. I've been working out in the morning, so I'm going to give that up for that time, and then just come hang out with the pets for a little bit, get ready for work, and then go to work. And then on my way home from work, because I have to pass by our house to get out to the cabin anyways, I'm gonna come see them for a little bit and make sure they have food and water and things like that, and then head out. So it won't really affect their routine so much. They are used to having somebody here overnight, and that really won't happen until my husband comes home from work, because they close the gates at 10 o'clock and he'll still be at work. So he'll have to sleep here a few nights and then come out in the morning, which is fine. I told you, I'm like all over the place with this podcast. Anyways, okay, and so that's done. I finished that a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I just haven't had a chance to like weave in the ends or post about it really. I think I did put something up on Instagram really briefly. The other FO I have is actually a pair of socks. I have not wanted to knit socks in a really long time, and so it was really difficult for me. Just nothing was inspiring, and so then I pulled out some already caked up, it was wound up yarn in a ball, and I don't even know who the dyer was. I want to say it's Wool and Boon. No, I want to say it's Woolberry. I don't think it's Wool and Boon. Anywho, I pulled this out and I whipped up a pair of socks out of this beautiful colorway, and it's like this periwinkle, most beautiful dusty purple with pops of like a cherry red and marigold yellow, and it just made me think of summer. It looks like lilacs and roses and marigolds, and it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. So I have to weave in the ends. I just did cuff down 64 stitches with a drop heel or heel flap and gusset, I guess, on a US size 0 2.0 millimeter DPNs. These flew off my needles. Took me maybe 3 or 4 days, and I was like, okay, I'm back. Oh, and I used my they're wooden collage needles, and so they're square. I do have multiple different kinds of DPNs, and sometimes it's really fun to just use them all. Even though my favorite needles are the Knitter's Pride Carbons, those are my absolute favorite DPNs. They feel just so nice in your hand. But anyways, I decided to use those, and those knit up rather quickly, and so then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna cast onto another pair. And so I pulled, and I thought, I'm not gonna wind up any more yarn until my new yarn comes. I'm going to just use some beautiful yarn that I already have wound, that I previously had wound for a project or something. The worst part is I probably have close to 100 balls of yarn already wound for projects in the past that never got done, or I changed my mind, and they're just hanging out there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the yarn. So I'm really going to be conscious about using that yarn first before I cake up any other yarn. Does that make any sense? Anyways, so I pulled out this beautiful, it's like, it's so accurate. It reminds me of creamsicles. It's like this gorgeous peach and creamy orange and bright sunny yellow with little specks all in it, and I love it. I want to say it's from the same dyer. It is the exact same base. It is a 75-25. I don't know if I said that before. You can usually tell on that base. Most dyers use a lot of the same bases, and so it is a 75-25. I can definitely tell that, but I don't know who it's from. It's not for me, but it's gorgeous. I decided to knit up a pair of Mercury socks. I love this pattern. It is a 6, I want to say it's a free pattern. It's a 6-row repeat. Only 2 of the 6 rows are you actually doing something on other than knitting the knits and purling the purls. it just makes the most beautiful sock ever. It's super stretchy. So yeah, I'm working on this right now. I'm into the foot. I started this maybe 2 or 3 days ago and have gotten quite a bit of work done. This has kind of been my take to work project. And then last night we kind of had like a little movie night at home and we did that. This adorable progress keeper is just on there because I think it's fun. It's kind of wintry, but it has this these yellow and white striped straws, and yeah, it makes me think of Candyland. I don't know who it's from. I don't remember. Possibly Little Bitty Delights, I want to say. So I'm working on that. I'm using my 2.0 Knit Pro Zings. These are not my favorite needles of choice, but they are very fun and summery. I do like that they're pink. They are not as comfortable in my hands, and they bend like crazy, and that kind of drives me a little bonkers. But once again, I'm trying to get some use out of all of my needles, because why have them if I'm not going to use them? It's kind of my thought process now. I've started to really minimize the amount of things that I have, which has been great. So okay guys, we are 16 minutes in. I literally had 30 minutes to do this before I'm going to be racing out the door. So thank you for hanging out with me as I'm flying through this really quick. Okay, the other thing that I did start, which I'm really excited about, because remember I was talking to you a little bit about all of those little bits of yarn and balls that I have just scrap yarn hanging out. I have a couple scrap yarn blankets that I'm working on, but a brand new one that I just started is from Danny of Little Bobbins. She has a Bits and Bobs blanket, and so I'm in the middle of a row, unfortunately, but you can kind of get the gist. It's like a faux brioche, and I'm just using up those scraps. Like if there's something that's not enough to make a pair of socks, and then as one color runs out, I just join a new one. And so obviously this purple one probably was enough to make a pair of socks, but it probably could have been left for color work, but I don't know, I just wanted to use it. So anyways, I'm working on that. I'm really enjoying it. Pretty much in the nighttime, that's kind of been my time. It's going to fit a twin size bed, so I think that it's going to be for my daughter Caitlin. It does get cold downstairs, and it'll be a really nice way to use up those stash of scraps and whatnot. Okay guys, the last thing I want to talk to you about is my plans as far as yarn clubs go. I am currently not subscribed to a Yarn of the Month club. I decided that I missed it, but I also decided that I wanted to kind of explore some different yarn dyers. Some of them I already know that I love, but it would be really fun to just order yarn, especially if they have like a mystery skein where you can just purchase a mystery skein. So it's kind of like a club, but it's not a club. Does that make any sense? I don't know. So anyways, I ordered a skein from Molly of A Homespun House, and it is just gorgeous. This is her Plump Merino sock set. It is a exclusive colorway, and it's called the Long Winter. It is an 80-20 blend. There is about 407 yards here. So my guess is that this skein right here is probably more of a 50-gram skein or so, although it does look bigger than a 50-gram. I don't know, I haven't weighed it. I don't know, this might be a full skein. Sure feels like a full skein, and then a mini skein, maybe a 10-grammer with that. But I do absolutely love it. I wasn't sure what to expect. This is a one-of-a-kind skein, it says. It must have been like an extra from her Yarn of the Month club, but I just clicked on the mystery one. You get to choose like 2 different types of yarn, like sock yarn or a DK, I think, and then she'll just send you a mystery skein. So I'm really excited about this. It's definitely destined to be socks. I cannot wait to open it up. There's some seriously fun speckles hanging out deep down inside here, and I have never owned a skein of a homespun house yarn before, and I can't honestly wait to order another mystery skein. I'm really hoping I don't get the same one. There isn't like a note section, but it's beautiful. So that is joining my stash. And if you notice, like, most of the stuff that I'm working on right now kind of has a theme, minus the socks that I'm working on. Everything has like a purple theme, including the yarn I just got. It's just so funny to me. And then of course anyways, just something that I noticed. All right, you guys, it's been 20 minutes now. I do have to let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do plan to podcast again next weekend, and again the weekend after that when I'm at the lake. I think that'll be really fun to do. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, I know it was super short, go ahead and just leave me a comment below. I do want to do a drawing. We haven't done a drawing in a really long time, so I feel like that would be a really good thing to do this episode. So the dogs are gonna start barking. That was my neighbor's dog. My dog's running down there. Anyways, so maybe just answer me this. What is your favorite family summer activity? Or if you don't have a family that you do things with on a regular basis, what is your favorite summer activity? Let's do that. To do. So comment below. I'm gonna pull some yarn from my stash, and next podcast we will do a drawing to win that, okay? And the other thing is there are still some advent calendars left in the shop. You can find my shop at www.graceandwool.com. So if that is something that you're interested in, there are 2 options this year, and they are Harry Potter themed, which is one of my favorites. As if you've been around for a while, you know. So go check those out. They are set to be shipping out sometime in September, October. Either way, it'll be way before you will need them for Christmas. So, okay guys, I'm signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great week ahead of you, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.